Alright, so in this lesson, we are gonna learn how to get the blog articles data from the backend. That is, from Cloud Firestore, so that we can display them on the blog page. The second thing we're gonna learn that's also very important is how to store the messages from the users so that we can see them later on. Of course, we are going to use Cloud Firestore from Firebase to perform the above tasks. But before doing that, we need to add Firebase to our project. Let's go! Let's start by opening firebase.google.com and clicking on the Go to Console button. Then I'm gonna click on the project which we created earlier, and I am going to click on Add App. As you can see, there are a few options we can choose from, but I want to start setting up the iOS first by clicking on this iOS button. We need to put the bundle ID here. In order to get it, let's head over to the Android Studio. Then expand the iOS folder, and then expand the runner Xcode proj. Now open the project pbxproj. I'm gonna press Ctrl F to search for the bundle identifier, and yeah, here it is. Now we can just copy this entire ID and paste it in the Firebase. In the next field, we can choose any nickname we want. I'm gonna keep it simple. The App Store will be empty for now, and that's it. Let's click on Register App. Cool, so we can download the Google service file and navigate to the iOS runner folder. Make sure you didn't change the name of the file, as it needs to be exactly the same as it was given by default. Otherwise, it won't work. Save it, and now you're able to see the file here with all of the required data. Open the Firebase console, click on Next, then Next again, and press the Continue to Console button. I'm gonna set up the Android now. Of course, we're required to give the Android package name. So what I want to do is open the editor and navigate to the Android folder. Let's click on App, then on the build Gradle file. You probably noticed that there are two build Gradle files. One inside the Android app folder, and one just inside the Android folder. So don't be confused. Open the one I am using right now. Look for the application ID and copy it. Then just paste it in this field. We can give it any nickname we want. And there's also SHA, which is required if we are using any authentication services. But since we aren't using any services like that right now, we can just leave it empty. And finally, let's click on Register App. Next, we need to download and save the Google Services JSON file in the Android app folder. Once again, make sure you don't change the name of the file. Click on Save and then on Next. So we have to add some configurations to the project level build Gradle that's inside the Android folder. To do it, I'm gonna copy this line and then in the Android folder,